everyone. This is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, May 13th through Sunday, May 19th, 2019. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. So just a reminder here that we're about mid-month in the month of May. So if you haven't already watched the monthly angel card reading, you'll want to be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and check that out. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice for that special message card later on. So your first stone of choice, and these are all special intention pendants that I have wrapped. I'd like to use these once in a while. This one is chrysocolla. Now, with my special intention pendants, I actually meditate and infuse certain energies and call in different archangels and ascended masters. So for this particular chrysocolla pendant that I wrapped, it's got the vibration of the number 6, the number of balancing home, family, work, and career. It's got the qualities of the Cancer Capricorn axis. Those are opposite signs in the zodiac. And that Cancer Capricorn axis is for nurturing and intuition with focus and effort. This one has the elements of water and earth. So it's about feelings and emotions along with practicality and staying grounded. And also it's been infused by calling in Archangel Shamuel's energy, the archangel that assists us with strengthening our soulmate relationships of all kinds and in assisting us with our life purpose. The second stone of choice or special intention pendant of choice is this beautiful malachite. And the malachite is given the vibrations of the number 8, which is the number of abundance, prosperity, and empowerment. It's been infused with the energy of the planet Jupiter, ruler of expansion and blessings, the element fire for inspiration and leadership, as well as the energy of calling in Archangel Raziel, the archangel of divine magic, alchemy, and manifestation. And then your last stone of choice is a beautiful blue kyanite. And this blue kyanite special intention pendant has been given or charged with the vibration of the master number 22, the number of power on all planes, as well as the manifestation of great things, the qualities of the planets Neptune and Pluto, which combines the increasing of your intuition and healing powers, along with the transformational and transmuting of negative lower vibrational energies of Pluto. It's infused with the energies of the sign Aquarius, sign of higher perception and truths, and the guidance and assistance of Archangel Michael to clear away lower energies and remove blocks, and Archangel Metatron to access higher spiritual wisdom and connect you to your Akashic records, as well as Archangel Raziel to expand your psychic senses and tune you into divine magic. All right, so again, that's the chrysocolla or the malachite or the blue kyanite for you for this week. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the energies for the week astrologically. On Monday the 13th, we have the sun, which is currently in the sign of Taurus, and it's connecting to, in a positive aspect, to Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Now, the signs of Taurus and Capricorn are both earth signs. There's a lot of earth energy going on right now. And with the sun in a positive aspect to Pluto, this is about empowerment. Okay, this is a positive aspect about empowerment, but I won't say that there won't be any power and control issues, because even though it's a positive aspect, there still might be some power energies going on or control energies going on. But this is a positive aspect for you to take back your power and own your power and utilize your power in the most positive way and the most grounded way, because it's an earth sign. Okay, I also want to back up for a minute and say that it struck me when I was meditating that this week starts on May 13th, and the number 13 is a karmic number, and it ends on Sunday, May 19th, and 19 is a karmic number. So, you know, interestingly enough, the 13 is about transformation, which Pluto, as I talked about, the sun connecting with Pluto in a positive way, is about transformation. And the karmic number 19 is about standing on your own 2 feet and being a leader, and it's about self-reliance, as well as balancing that with the ability to work with other people or be open to assistance from other people. So I feel like, that sun trining Pluto at the beginning of the week, along with some of the other aspects as we move throughout the week, kind of embodies some of that energy of the 13 and the 19, which I thought was interesting, with, this being the week of the 13th through the 19th. So now on Wednesday the 15th. Wednesday the 15th, we have 2 planets changing signs, and they're both considered personal planets. And the personal planets move more quickly than the transpersonal planets, or generational planets as we like to call them. One of those planets is Venus, and Venus is moving out of Aries and into the sign of Taurus. Now Venus rules the divine feminine, she rules relationships, partnerships, and she rules money, finances, and personal resources. And I especially think that with the latter of that, the finances, the money, and the personal resources, that's going to be highlighted in the next few weeks, because Venus is moving into Taurus, which is her home sign, or one of her home signs. She also rules Libra. But when Venus goes into Taurus, she's all about personal resources. She's all about values. She's all about her sense of self-worth. She's all about focusing on money and finances in some way. And Venus is going to be in the sign of Taurus until June 8th, giving us a lot of time to focus on what it is that we value, or to create and manifest, as Taurus likes to do, more of a sense of our personal resources, which could include assistance from others. It could include, besides finances and money, it can include networking with other people, or just accepting assistance from other people. There's all kinds of personal resources that we have out there. So don't just necessarily focus in on the money piece. The other planet that's changing signs on Wednesday the 15th is Mars, which is moving out of Gemini and into Cancer. And he'll be in Cancer until July 1st. So a little bit longer than Venus being in Taurus, but he's a little bit slower moving than Venus. Now, interesting, Venus, the ruler of the divine feminine, Mars is the ruler of the divine masculine, and he rules action and energy and forward movement. And while he was in the sign of Gemini these past few weeks, it might have been sporadic. We might have had some days where we had a lot of energy and other days where we didn't feel like we had any energy. It's that up and down energy and vacillation energy of Gemini. And as far as forward movement, we probably had little spurts of forward movement, because that's a Gemini thing too, where they have little spurts, especially in the mental realm, the logic realm, the communication realm, the idea realm. So Mars was helping us to push our ideas forward in little spurts. But now that it's moving into Cancer, it's going to kind of water down Mars' fiery forward movement energy, or action energy. It doesn't mean there's no action, but the action is now centered around Cancer types of things: our emotions, our feelings, our home, our family, our living situation. Those that we nurture. So it's a lot about home and family with Mars and Cancer. Now, it doesn't mean, of course, that there's no action and things moving forward in other realms in our life. But know that Mars being a fire planet, and when we put it in a water sign, again, it kind of, waters that energy down a little bit, so that Mars wants to push full steam ahead, and if our emotions get out of balance or out of whack, which is what Cancer rules, the emotional body and our emotions, so if we get emotionally imbalanced, that can kind of slow us down a little bit. Now, it's great for putting energy towards the home, or towards the family, or towards our children, anything that deals with Cancer types of energies. This is where we want to put our focus. It could even be working out of the home. For instance, I'm revamping my website, but the revamping of my website is mostly done from home. So here, this is a good place for me to kind of put my energies. On Thursday the 16th and through Saturday the 18th, we have Mercury highlighted. So Mercury is first in the sign of Taurus, and so, Mercury being the ruler of the mental realm, our thoughts, ideas, our communications, when it's in Taurus, it's very grounded, it's very practical, it's more thoughtful, it doesn't react, it's more patient. And so on Thursday, with Mercury connecting with Saturn, and this is a positive aspect, then this is going to bring a focus. The earth signs can be very work focused or progress focused, and it's about third dimensional types of activities. Taurus, Capricorn, when we even include Virgo, the other earth sign, there's a lot of focus on the earthly realm types of activities, things that we're trying to manifest, things that we're actually putting effort towards, things that we're working on. And so Mercury, again, in a positive connection to Saturn, can kind of solidify our plans, because again, Mercury rules that mental realm and our thoughts and ideas. So Saturn brings an anchoring in and a solidification or manifestation in some positive way, since it's a positive connection, to our plans and our ideas. And it can also be, again, career-related, work-related, when it comes to communication with other people, that our communications, whether it be email, phone, in person, are centered around those types of work-related or career-related activities, or things that are responsibilities in our life, because Saturn rules responsibilities as well. On Saturday, Mercury moves forward and connects with Pluto now in a positive way. Pluto's also in Capricorn. So now we have this empowerment kind of energy coming back again. Pluto rules transformation and empowerment, and all of this. We can have empowered communication. It would be a great day to do some sort of speaking engagement, for instance. Even Friday, as it's approaching that aspect. Friday and Saturday is a good time to empower ourselves through the words that we say, or even if it's writing, we can empower ourselves through writing something, through speaking that truth, through focusing our efforts on taking back our power in some way. Again, the Taurus, that is kind of a theme here, with the sun being in Taurus at the beginning of the week, connecting with Pluto, Venus moving into Taurus on Wednesday, Mercury being in Taurus Thursday, Friday, Saturday, connecting with Saturn and Pluto. Taurus is, again, a money sign, a financial sign, a sign of personal resources. So again, these types of things might be highlighted. Also on Saturday the 18th, Venus, which again is newly in Taurus, is now connecting with Uranus, also in Taurus. And Uranus rules sudden, unexpected events or circumstances. Uranus rules strange and unusual occurrences. It rules, awakening ourselves. It's the great awakener, so awakening to higher energies. But it can deal with, again, this sudden kind of redirection somehow on our path. And because it's connecting to Venus, and again, Venus is the ruler of relationships as well as personal resources, and she's in Taurus, the sign of money, finances, and personal resources, there may be some sort of sudden revelation or redirection or experience or situation that comes up in regards to our personal resources. As to whether it's a positive or a not so positive remains to be seen, because you never really know what you're going to get with Uranus. Uranus is like that lightning bolt, expect the unexpected, surprises, and let's focus on good. Let's focus on it bringing some good, positive, surprises and redirections into our lives. Now, this is all leading up to a full moon on Saturday as well. So we have three things happening on Saturday. Mercury is connecting with Pluto, Venus is connecting with Uranus, and then after those two energies happen, the full moon at 27 degrees of Scorpio happens, meaning that the sun is at 27 degrees of Taurus, the moon is at 27 degrees of Scorpio. They're opposite each other. This creates a full moon energy, and it intensifies the energy of the signs that they're in, especially against Scorpio. Scorpio is already an intense sign. It brings about transformation, regeneration, death and rebirth, transmuting lower energies. Scorpio does rule money as well, the opposite sign of Taurus. Rules other people's money and other people's personal resources. So this can really be a full moon that brings something to a head. regarding ours or our shared with our partner or other people, shared personal resources. And again, huge transformation and change can happen at this time. And again, full moons always intensify people's emotions and feelings and emotional reactions, and it being Scorpio, again, it can be pretty intense. And even though the other aspects of the week seem to be mostly positive, you know, we don't know about the Venus-Uranus thing, but for the most part, they're positive aspects. But we do have some heavy-duty planets involved in these aspects, Pluto and Saturn. So again, there's karmic lessons with Saturn, responsibilities with Saturn, Pluto, power and control, transformation, death and rebirth. So it can still be quite an intense full moon as we approach the end of the week. So let's go ahead and take a look at our messages from our angels and guides from the Syrian Starseed Tarot. And the first card is the Eight of Orbs. In the traditional tarot, this would be the Eight of Swords. Now, the number 8, first of all, numerologically, is about money, finances, business, career, and on a spiritual level, it's about empowerment or power, utilizing our power. Now, the Eight of Orbs or the Eight of Swords is not the happiest of the swords cards. You know, this can be about feeling disempowered in some way or a lack of power in some way, especially on the mental realm, because orbs, the swords, rules the mental body, our thoughts, our belief systems. So somewhere in here we're feeling disempowered by a situation, a circumstance, a relationship, a belief system, an old karmic pattern that keeps playing over and over again. And this would be about taking back our power regarding whatever that energy is all about. The Eight of Swords traditionally can feel like we're trapped in some sort of prison or we're trapped in some sort of fear and we can't get out. You know, and this is about, again, stepping into your power, knowing that you are the creator of your reality. You can make any changes that you desire. And the first change we have to make is with our thoughts and our belief systems and our emotions too. We need to attach positive emotions to our positive thoughts and positive belief systems. And that's where we start to empower ourselves. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the next card and see what follows the Eight of Orbs up. See if we can get more of the story here. Okay, we have the Four of Crystals. Now, the number 8 is a number, again, that rules, you know, business and money and finances and career and destiny path and work. And the number 4 is also a number that rules the earthly types of things like that too, like work and focus and building something. The Four of Crystals is the Four of Discs, or the Four of Earth, if you will, in the traditional tarot. And this is about building a solid foundation. This is about wanting to build a sense of security in your life. And if we feel disempowered, like the Eight of Orbs, then it's hard to build that sense of a solid foundation, because first it's got to start within yourself. And then it can manifest on the outer realm with money and finances and home and family and career and life path. But here we have an image of a man. He's sitting in the midst of 4 crystals. Those 4 crystals are like, it's almost like the 4 directions. It's, you know, we can look at this 2 ways. It can either box him in and limit him to the direction he can go next, or it may feel limiting, like he can't get out of the box, or he's afraid to step out of the box and do something different. But again, the positive of the 4 of crystals is to focus on building that foundation for yourself, building a foundation for yourself in career, in family, with your finances, and taking whatever steps. And you might need to have a little bit of patience here. The number 4 is having a little bit of patience. It's putting forth work, determination, effort, being persistent in what you're doing. But it almost looks like he's taking a little bit of a pause. It's almost like he's taking a meditation break. So you might want to just, you know, move slowly forward. You know, don't make any quick decisions. Take a little bit of a meditation break and meditate on what the next step might be for you. How do I build a sense of security and stability in my life? How can I create that solid foundation that I'm looking for and build towards the future? And, you know, I feel like, again, the number 8 and the number 4 here together can be great for manifestation, you know, great for moving towards the manifestation of whatever it is that you're trying to build. So just make sure that you stay patient and make sure that you step into your power here. Now let's look at this card here. And again, too, especially the crystals. This is definitely the earth realm. And we have a lot of earth going on with all that Taurus energy, the sun in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus. So this is slow, patient building. Don't push too fast. Don't push too hard. Again, be patient with yourself as well as be patient with the process and the unfolding of life's events. Okay, let's look at this card. Okay, not surprised to see this card. This is Luna, Major Arcana number 18. And this is the moon card in the traditional tarot. And we do have a full moon. And we can see here it's nighttime. We have this full moon. We have a crest here in the ocean, and that's the feelings that are rising. That's the emotions that are rising during the full moon. And, the moon shines, of course, brightest when it's dark outside. And the darkness, though, is where our fears and our anxieties and our shadows are. That's what the moon card rules. The moon card rules our subconscious. And it doesn't have to be negative, but oftentimes that's where our fears and anxieties live, is in the subconscious. And so with this moon, full moon in Scorpio this week, and again, Scorpio about death and rebirth and transformation and transmuting lower vibrational energies, emotions, thoughts, feelings, belief systems. I'm not surprised to see this moon card come up. So we may see a rising of our fears or a rising of our emotions or, a rising of the anxieties within us. But it's needed to sometimes happen that way so we can take a look and understand, where is this coming from? Is it coming from a previous event or life experience? Is it coming from a childhood memory? Is it coming from a past life? Or maybe it's all of the above. But, the emotional realm can be a powerful, key to the manifestation process. But not when it's in a negative sense, right? Not when it's the shadow side of our emotions, but when it's the positive side of our emotions. If we can highlight, as the moon lights up the sky, if we can use that moon energy and highlight our positive emotions, our passions, our inner desires, which also the moon card rules, then we can move forward in the most positive way to manifest this sense of security. Let's look at this last card. Now, when I pulled the third card, 2 cards came out, so we're going to look at this card as well and see what it says. Okay, another major arcana, major arcana number 9. And in the traditional tarot, it's called the Hermit, and in this deck, it's called Reflection. And isn't it interesting that it follows up Luna here? 2 major arcanas, but Luna, the moon card, bringing up our shadow side and bringing up the emotions and maybe the fears and anxieties. But what we're supposed to do is reflect on it, which I just had mentioned, is reflect on, where is this coming from? The hermit is always seen as one with kind of a staff and a lantern. So he's kind of lighting his own way towards discovering his own inner truth. That's kind of what the hermit is about. So he's reflecting on his own journey. He's reflecting on his own emotions. He's reflecting on his own thoughts. And the way is lit, but he's also lighting the way. He's got to find the inner light. He's finding the light within himself, and he's using his magic staff, and he's using the light within himself, pictured as the lantern, to move forward and understand the deep energies of what's going on in his subconscious. He's reflecting on, instead of reacting like the moon, our emotions. We often want to react emotionally, but it's asking us to take a moment and reflect on, what this is all about, what the feelings are all about, what the circumstances are all about, what life is all about, basically, in this moment. So let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card based on your stone of choice. So the people that chose the Chrysocolla, the one on the bottom is calling my attention here as I flip that. And it says the angel of love. And the first thing I think of when I turn this over is that love trumps fear, right? They always say there's only 2 emotions. There's love and there's fear. And all the other emotions, positive and not so positive, fall under those 2 categories. And so as I turn this over, the angel of love is saying, be in a state of love and be in a state of all those other positive emotions that fall under love, because that's going to trump the fear. That's going to trump any anxieties or darkness or, self-worth issues or feelings of insecurity or whatever it might be. And also, I'm feeling this involves other people, relationships in our lives, which oftentimes, again, during a full moon, we play things out with other people because the sun is opposite the moon during a full moon. And oppositions in astrology means that we play things out with other people. So in our relationships and our partnerships, whether they're romantic or friendship or business or otherwise, this is about exuding your sense of love, exuding that sense of love. And isn't it interesting that the 4 and the 9 here add up to the number 13? And I spoke of the number 13 as we start this week on Monday, May 13th, as a number of transformation and change. So love is going to transform and change the way you see things, the way you experience things, and the way things come to you, whether via circumstances or relationships with other people. Okay, and this also, potentially it could, mean love in relationships, but I'm really feeling that, this is more of the energy of love rather than like the relationship type of love here. Okay, but I don't want to discount that could be a possibility. All right, so for those of you that chose the Malachite, let's see what the Malachite message is. And my eyes are being drawn to this one. So Malachite people, we have the Sun card. Now these are positive message cards so far, and so I'm really excited about that. This is the number 1. The number 1 is our sense of self, individuality, self-assertiveness, our identity. And this is about shining our light. That's what the Sun card is about. It's shining our light. And oftentimes, in a traditional tarot sense, the Sun card rules success in career or recognition in career or on your life path journey somehow. And so, this can definitely mean that this can mean, again, that you're recognized in some way for who it is you are out in the world. But really, I feel like this is you shining your light upon any shadows from that moon energy or Luna energy that we spoke of, shining your light out into the world and being your true and authentic self, asserting yourself, being a leader. All of these things are keywords of the Sun in a traditional sense in the tarot setting. Now we have a woman here, and she's within it's like a bowl or a chalice of some sort filled with water. And the water again represents our feelings and our emotions, but these are happy feelings, happy emotions, joy and feeling secure and feeling on top of the world. And she's got a lot of like fairy realm things around her, which of course out in nature, if we're out in the sunlight and we're out in nature, the fairy realm, this can be very inspiring for us. So I feel like you need to get out in nature, get some sunshine. The sun is going to kind of, what do I want to say, enliven you, if I can say that. It's going to energize you. It's going to assist you in feeling more of your true and authentic self, okay? But this is, again, like almost like taking charge, being a leader, and being recognized and appreciated for what you have to offer out in the world. Okay, for those of you that chose the blue kyanite, so let's give this a little shuffle. We're asking for the message for blue kyanite to show up, and this one's calling my attention. Blue kyanite people, rest and rejuvenation. Okay, isn't that interesting? Number 19, we end this week on Sunday, May 19th. So, we have this idea of beginnings and endings. The number 1 is about beginnings. The number 9 is about completion or endings. This is about a balance of your masculine and your feminine. The number 1 is more masculine. The number 9 is more feminine. The number 1 is more about your self-identity, taking charge and being a leader. And the number 9 is more about being a humanitarian and working with others and involving others in your life. So again, there's a lot of balance here within this card and this message. And then of course it says rest and rejuvenation, which isn't surprising. The Mars energy moving into Cancer can make us feel physically less active or physically less energetic. We're taking a fire planet, Mars, and putting it in a water sign, so we might feel a little bit lacking in energy. And of course, building up to the full moon in Scorpio can, bring a sense of feeling emotionally or otherwise physically depleted in some way. So this is telling you, blue kyanite people, that you're needing to take some downtime. You're needing to do things also, I'm getting, to rejuvenate your energy. So not just meditation, not just extra sleep, although those are indicated. But again, if it's being out in nature and taking a nature walk, or taking a sea salt water bath, or doing something fun, getting out in the sunshine, whatever to you would feel rejuvenating. Whatever, it might be going to the gym and exercising, which kind of contradicts the rest thing, but you could definitely balance those two things. So whatever it is that you need to rejuvenate your energy, of course, rest included, meditation, of course. It looks like this young man is meditating, connecting to higher realms here with all of the white and light energy here around him. I feel like that is definitely indicated for you this week. All right, so I hope you've all liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much for those of you that subscribe to the channel, share the videos, comment on the videos, visit my Facebook pages, and visit my website. As I said, I'm doing a revamping over the next few weeks of my website. When it's done, I'll let you know so you can check it out. But for now, thank you so much for your support and your love. I send it back to you, giving you much love and light and many, many angel blessings.